This is the advanced 8 brocades of silk seated, as taught to me by Kwan Sai Hung and made famous by the immortal Li Jianyong. This set is designed to open the 8 major energy points on the microcosmic orbit and to facilitate the flow of energy through that orbit. The first brocade is the heavenly drum, which corresponds to the Bai Hui, the crown on the top of the head. We begin with the eyes closed, 9 breaths to detoxify the lungs, exhaling audibly through the mouth. With the eyes still closed, 24 natural breaths in and out of the nose, focused on the lower dantian. With the eyes still closed, click the teeth 36 times. Opening the eyes and loosely covering the ears with your palms, looking into heaven 9 natural breaths, in and out of the nose. Then we beat the heavenly drum. Clamping down on the ears, ideally just the index fingers are touching And we flick the middle fingers off of the index, alternating left, right, 24 rounds. The first brocade is good for the brain. The second brocade is to shake the heavenly pillar, or the spine, and it corresponds to the lower dantian. Holding the left thumb on the right side. On the inhale, you press the right heel of the palm, squeeze the left thumb presses into the right palm as you twist the spine to the left and look up on the inhale, holding the inhale, 1, 2, 3, and exhale forward. 12 rounds. Press, squeeze. And we do one more. And then on the left side, holding the right thumb. On the inhale, pressing the left heel of the palm, squeezing, twisting the spine, and looking up, holding the breath. 1, 2, 3, exhale. 12 times. Doing one more round, pressing, squeezing the thumb, twisting, looking up. 1, and exhale. That is good for the spleen. The third brocade is the red dragon stirs the sea, where the red dragon is your tongue and the sea is your saliva. We begin preliminarily in this with the 4 activities, which are to close the anus, tongue is on the roof of the mouth near the teeth, eyes look up and back toward the jade pillow, holding the breath as you move the energy in 12 heartbeats from your tailbone to the crown. So we close the anus, tongue is on the roof, eyes look up and back, holding our breath as we move the energy from the tailbone up to the crown in 12 heartbeats. Swallowing with a gulp from the back of your throat, making like a go-go sound. We'll do this for a total of 3 times. Close the anus, tongue on the roof, eyes up and back, hold the breath up in 12 heartbeats. Swallow with a gulp. And one more, closing the anus, tongue on the roof, eyes up and back, energy up in 12 heartbeats to the crown, holding your breath. So we rouse the chi, swishing the tongue 36 times in one direction, 36 times in the other, the tongue going outside the teeth but inside the mouth. Do not swallow. Other way. And then we rinse the chi, sending it back and forth again without swallowing, 36 times. And then 3 rounds of swallowing, ingesting the chi, closing anus, tongue on the roof, eyes up and back, energy up in 12 heartbeats to the crown, holding the breath. Swallow with a gulp from the back of your mouth like a bullfrog. When you think the saliva has reached the dantian, your lower dantian, exhale. 3 times, close the anus, tongue on the roof, eyes up and back, energy up in 12 heartbeats, hold the breath. And one more time, close the anus, tongue on the roof, eyes up and back, energy up in 12 heartbeats, hold the breath. Swallow with a gulp from the back of your mouth, making the sound. Exhaling when the energy is reached or the saliva has reached the dantian. So this is to gather the chi and the spirit and to circulate it throughout the body. This is good for the lungs. And it corresponds to the mysterious past in the area or in the region of the third eye. The 4th brocade is to rub the court of the kidneys, to work with the kidneys. That corresponds to the double pass, which is behind the bright palace. So if this is a bright palace, it's right behind it on the back. Closing the eyes, holding the breath 36 times to generate chi in the hand. Still holding the breath, eyes closed, 48 times, circling the palms on the kidneys. Tai Chi knot, exhale. Inhale, close your eyes. 36, rubbing the palms. Back of fist, 48 times, still holding the breath, eyes closed. Exhale, Tai Chi knot. Restore the breath. Then inhale, hold the inhale for 2 counts. And then with the exhale, move the energy from the heart center in 12 heartbeats down to the dantian as you imagine a ball of fire in what is called the navel wheel, which is between your pubic bone and your solar plexus. This brocade is good for the kidneys. Between the 4th and the 5th brocades, one can do a meditation. When you become more advanced, there are specific meditations that you can do, but you can just have a few moments when you can just do a sitting like a zazen or whatever kind of just a seated meditation. So the 5th brocade is the single pass windlass. And the point that it corresponds to is your bright palace, here the solar plexus heart center here. The left hand is in front, the right hand is behind it, like so. So with the left hand in front, we inhale up, exhale down 36 times, leading with the left shoulder. Inhale, X. $35. And then on the right side, clockwise, 36 rounds. Again, leading with the right shoulder. Inhale, X. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Lead with the shoulder. And we do one more. Then in a dragon and tiger mudra, you hold the breath for 12 heartbeats. This brocade is good for the heart. Then the 6 brocade is the double passed windlass. Both hands are on the kidneys, back of the hands are on the kidneys, and you, like a rowing a boat, inhale, X, 36 rounds. $34, $35. 24 natural breaths focused on the lower dantian. Then we open the legs just to kind of stretch them a little bit, make sure the circulation is good. So the 6 brocade, it corresponds to the jade pillow, which is like the soft spot here behind the head. And it's good for the liver. The next one, supporting heaven. Close the eyes, hold the breath, 36. 5 half coughs. Then we support the heaven using the 4 activities. Close the anus, tongue on the roof, eyes up and back. Energy up in 12 heartbeats to the crown. The clasped hands, palms face up, directly above the crown if possible. Exhale without the sound though, just exhale. We do 9 rounds. Close the anus, tongue on the roof, eyes up and back, energy up in 12 heartbeats. Holding the breath. Exhale. And then the last one, close the anus, tongue in the roof, eyes up and back, energy up and 12 heartbeats to the crown, hands above the crown. So this corresponds to the Mingmen, which is on the back, the level of the navel between the kidneys, and it's good for the spine. So the eighth brocade is called grasping with hooks. So your feet face each other like this, and the hands are like the hooks, and the thumbs will be on the bubbling wells. So we begin, we inhale with the palms on the kidneys, exhaling like a sawing motion down the legs, for circulation of the legs to come to the bubbling well. Inhale, hold the breath, press the thumbs for 4 heartbeats. Release the thumbs, still holding the breath. Press again, 4 heartbeats. Release. One more time, press. And then we exhale, sawing back up to the kidneys. That was one. We do 12 rounds. Inhale, exhale. And with the exhale, you're bending your torso over as much as you can. Inhale, press. Release. Press. Release. Exhale. The hands are always touching the legs. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, press. Release. Inhale, exhale. This is number 4. Inhale, press. Release, press. Release, press. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, press. Release, press. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. That was 8. Inhale. That was 10. Inhale, exhale. We'll do one more. Inhale at the kidneys. Exhale. At the bubbling well, inhale, press. Release, press. Release, press. And then we circle the thumbs on the bubbling wells 49 times. Mm-hmm. 24, natural breaths, focus on the lower dantian. And one more breath. So the oath brocade, it corresponds to the perineum. It's good for the four limbs. So concluding exercises for the seated eight brocades. We repeat the third brocade. The red dragon stirs the sea, swishing the tongue 36 times each way. Other way. Remember, you're not swallowing. Rinsing 36 times. Still do not swallow. Four activities. Close the anus, tongue on the roof, eyes up and back, energy up in 12 heartbeats to the crown, holding the breath. Swallow with a gulp from the back of your mouth. When the saliva has reached the dantian, exhale. 3 times. One more. Ideally, you do the third brocade 3 times, so it becomes 9 rounds of the microcosmic orbit, swallowing. Then, holding the shoulders, we shake the shoulders 36 times. Then the double pass, the back of the hands on the kidneys, for 24 rounds. And one more round. Then ideally you do 9 rounds of the microcosmic orbit holding the breath. The microcosmic orbit goes from your perineum up the back channel, which is almost up the spine, to the crown, then to the hairline, dividing over the eyes, under the nose, through the tongue, and then down the front. Ideally 9 times holding the breath. We'll do 3 times and then breathe each time. Closing anus, tongue on the roof. Inhale, up the back to the crown, to the hairline, over the eyes, rejoining under the nose, through the tongue, dropping the tongue, exhale down the front. Squeezing anus, inhale up the back, to the crown, mentally to the hairline, dividing over the eyes, rejoining under the nose, above the lip, through the tongue, down the front channel. One more time. And then we'll take another breath. 3 rounds. And then one more, take another breath. 3 rounds, tailbone, close the anus, inhale up. Crown to the hairline, dividing over the eyes, rejoining under the nose, through the tongue, down the front. Again. And then we finish with the restorative. Closing the eyes, 36, hold the breath. And covering your face, you have 9 natural breaths. Hold the breath, 36. And then rub your face 36 times. And this concludes the advanced 8 brocades of silk seated.